Good afternoon. Today's Thursday, April 23rd, 2015. I want to start some shit today. And I hope I start enough shit that I get you all talking about where you are in your lives and how you see this top topic today and how it applies to you. What am I talking about today? I want to talk about how many of us, including myself, are guilty of quantifying our happiness and basing that quantity as the predicating factor to the happiness or the optimal quality of life that we want for ourselves. Let me give you the backstory on why I'm talking about quantifying happiness today. Earlier this week, I was in a conversation with some of my Facebook friends about something unrelated. I'm just going to give it to you straight up, no chaser. The question was, if you're in a relationship, how many is sex once a week acceptable? Now, I have to accept that many people will not agree with where I come from in terms of a relationship and the demands of a relationship and the responsibilities that come with a relationship. But it is my perspective that if you are in a real relationship, you've got to work. You've got to take care of the foundation of your relationship, the foundation of your home. You've got to make sure that you and your partner, your life partner, are nourished. You've got to make sure that you are holding each other down on a basic need level. Now, once all that is taken care of, if you all decide to get intimate, great. Now, there are going to be some times in life when that's just not going to happen. And once a week for some relationships and some couples, you're doing damn good. So, hey, if you can get it once a week and you're in a serious long-term loving relationship, I bow down to you. I congratulate you. What really disturbs me was some of the responses where some people said, if I can't get it 3 or 4 times a day, or if I can't get it 7 times a week, or this amount of times a day, or this amount of times a week, I'm kicking him to the curb. And it made me think about, how can this be taken to a global level? And it made me stop and think, how many of us are guilty of depending on tangibles in our relationships to make us happy? The man with the most muscles, the biggest dick, the fattest ass, the best car, the biggest house, the 6-figure salary, the most masculine, the most athletic, the one who stands out at the crowd, just any kind of tangible external label. How many of us depend on those kind of labels to make us happy? How many of us are depending on them so much that once we lose them, we're lost? And I want to ask you something. To those people who depend on those external tangibles, if you so require so much, what's going to happen when the physical attraction diminishes, when the muscles become fat, when the partner or you get laid off and you have to leave the big house and you have to downsize to a condo or you downsize to an apartment? Hell, you might even get evicted and become homeless. What about when sex is no longer a desire? It may be a thing where you or your partner go through a health crisis and sex is not actually a desire or a priority for you anymore, and you have to adapt to it. Can you still be happy? Can you still love that man? I'll let you sit and I'll wait, because I want to get real with y'all for a moment. I don't even want to start talking religion or biblical shit right now, but I keep telling y'all about my testimony about how 3 years ago I was homeless. I was living pillar to post without a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, without a whole lot of factors that would probably have eliminated me as a primary candidate for a relationship. Could you still... the statement I want to say is, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. Now, This is what I'm trying to get at to those that are seeking those external tangibles. Even though you might appreciate them, even though you may enjoy them, you may thank your higher power for them. What if they're taken away from you? What if it's a thing? What if it comes a time where you have to lose those tangibles just so you can feel it, just so you can be tested, just so your relationship strength can be tested, just so your fidelity can be tested, just so your dedication to your partner can be tested. Will you pass or will you fail? I guarantee many of you will fail, because if I come across someone that tells me that they can't be with me because I don't have the amount of muscles, the amount of money, the type of living situation, the type of sex they want, I'm going to respectfully say thank you, but this transaction is over. Because if you can't hold me down when I'm down, I certainly don't need you when I'm up. And real talk, the best person in life for you in your life as a long-term partner will be there for you in your worst case scenarios, and will be there to congratulate you when you are at your best, and having the masses bowing down to you. That's the real talk for today, April 23rd, 2015. I wanted to keep it brief because, I want to hear your commentary on that. And honestly, last summer, I was watching on YouTube an interview that Oprah did with Tina Turner after she got married. And she said to Oprah, I'm at a point in my life where I desire nothing. And I want that, because even though my needs right now supersede my desires, I still have desires in life that I would like to reach. But to be 75 years old, getting married again and being happy again, and setting up and starting a new life for yourself, and to say you desire nothing, isn't that beautiful? Isn't that powerful? Because how many of us can say we're at a point where we desire nothing in life? How many of us can say we no longer need to quantify our desires and our happiness and our needs, because we've got it all that we need and we want? I don't need anything else. I don't desire anything else. I got it all right here. Thank you, higher power. How many of us can say that? I want y'all to think about that today. And I want y'all to talk to me about where you see this topic. Where you see this topic. Where do you see yourselves in a realm where quantity is the predicating factor for quality? Are you in the quantity, or are you in the quality? And does one necessitate the other? Does one fulfill the other? For me, if I can't have quality, I can't have anything. I could be down and out like I was 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, hell, even 2 years ago. But I had many people in my life that are still in my life that are very much dedicated to my best interest, and they mean it from a loving place, and I still have space in my heart for them. Can you do that same thing? Again, this is the real talk for April 23rd, 2015. Be fierce, be fabulous, and be inspired. If no one else told you that they loved you today, know that I love you. My name is Damian Pierre Carter on Facebook, Damian Carter on YouTube, and Supermodel Swagger on Instagram. Be well today. Mwah.